welcome back everyone. My name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left off last time, we just cleared out this keep of demons. We stepped outside and there is a event happening here. We should probably pay attention to. There's a bunch of Hell Knights. Paralictor Eminos Renth leans on his longsword. At last, how did it go, Paralictor Durenge? Exactly as it should have. Want details, Renth? Prod your signifers. After all, your order takes such pride in them. And these must be the 3 missing chapters, right? Of course, Regil pauses, then deliberately continues in a louder voice, so that Aminos and the other knights can hear him too. Everything that happened was, in a way, a show. We received reports about the location of several particularly cunning demons, not the fighting kind, but those who specialize in deceit and temptation. We could have surrounded it and destroyed their hideout, but instead we let them know the Knight Commander of Dresden would soon arrive in our deserted camp. The fiends swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. How could any of them miss an opportunity to prove themselves by killing the new leader of the crusade? Demons love talking about pride of mortals, but in fact, they suffer from that vice far more than anyone else. Regil's smile is a cruel one. Now for the critical bit, my reasons. Even though the orders knew a lot about the new commander's behavior, that information lacked veracity and consistency. For instance, it's always useful to know just how well your principal ally is able to resist deceit and temptation, and so I suggested that they meet with Karanda and her cohorts. So you were testing me? Yes, I was. Regil doesn't look away. Someone had to, seeing that Her Majesty Queen Gelfrey of Mendev is so prone to bestowing titles and armies without a second thought. Regil lowers his voice a touch. And yet, you can't claim I was insincere. I made myself crystal clear when I stated my interest in your position and your unusual powers back when we first met. I also mentioned how important you are for the crusade and our shared cause. We are the vanguard of what is possibly the most important war of our age. No one can afford the privilege of blind trust with these stakes. I must concede, in a way, even though I feel obliged to do so, that you passed my test with flying colors. To my deepest regret, even some of my fellow Hell Knights would have failed to impress me to this degree. I understand your concern, and I don't begrudge you this test. Regil bows respectfully. I'm glad we reached an understanding, and I'm sorry that I had to resort to such measures. Now that we've discussed everything, there's still a small matter to attend to. Regil looks at the ranks of the Hell Knights and raises his voice. Yaker Ankel 2 steps forward. I hear and obey, Paralictor Durenge. We must speak about your role in recent events. You received my order to visit the Knight Commander in Dresden and feed her misleading information. How should a Hell Knight behave in this situation? Yaker swallows dryly as he tries to feign composure. A Hell Knight must obey his commander's orders. If his commander's orders directly contradict the tenets of the measure and the chain, or go against the order's interests, then the knight must report his commander to the higher order command. Regil's piercing gaze bores into the young knight. And what did you do? Did you report me? No, sir. With your permission, sir, I deduced that it was some kind of test for the knight commander. That didn't seem right to me, but you don't have my permission to blabber excuses, knight. You gave him an order, and now you want to punish him for following it? Well, if the commander deems my verdict faulty, then we shall postpone this review of your actions. Dismissed. That's all. Thank you for your visit, Commander. You're very welcome. It's time to leave. We successfully dealt with the test and all the demons that were here. There were several demons. There's a haste swirly going on there from Paralictor Aminos Renth. He greets us with a nod. Knight Commander, if you wish, my armigers can show you a list of goods we offer. It includes both the spoils of war and the items produced by our order's craftsmen. Sure, yeah, I'd love to see that. What do you got kicking around? Price in descending order. We got a battle-forged warhammer, +3. What's this do? +1 insight bonus to AC. It's actually not the worst thing ever. Half-blade of synergy. It's just alright, I guess. And then just everything. Oh, what's this? +10 competence bonus on mobility skill checks. Not particularly useful for us. And there's really nothing else of note. The Hell Knight helmets look really cool, but they're not magical, so they don't really give us anything. We'll see if there's other Paralictors that have different gear, maybe. We know that Paralictor Durenge is Regil, so he's obviously not going to be able to sell us things because he is a group member, but it's possible that there are other people around that have loot for us. I'm just looking for named people, mostly. We could go inside. I don't know if there's going to be anything in there. I just want to check if there's any stores inside as well. Possible, I guess. Doesn't look like anyone's back inside, so they've all kind of gone outside and they're staying there. I only saw one of the 3 Paralictors for the other chapters, or 2 chapters? No, I think it's 3. It's 3 chapters plus Regil's chapter. So 4 in total, I think. I'm not 100% sure about that, to be honest. What's this? It is some food. Time to leave.
I do what I must.
More armigers. And we are out the door. What else are we going to do in this video? We got lots of things to do still. We have many quests on the go. We have to go back to Pelura Fall at some point. We have to get Regil out of the group because, well, I love Regil in our other group, and he is actually a really good character in terms of combat abilities. He doesn't fit in with the good group that much. He fits in the lawful part, but not so much the other parts. So, teleport back to Dresden. There is an exclamation mark in the Citadel, so that's always a sign that we should probably check that out. For some reason the Citadel takes a long time to load. I closed the doors, but ran through them before they fully closed. Alright, Managed Crusade Affairs, let's see what there is there. Maybe one of the events finished or something. Yes, the touched one. An odd and somewhat touched priest has sought an audience. In a dream, he saw himself eradicate the world wound, and he's convinced that it was an omen. With the help of relics he brought from his temple, he was to make the arduous journey to Dresden. Now he's asking the commander to keep him safe while he is away on his quest to fight evil. We can get Reduction of Losses feat, which gives our infirmary size +1. We can get finance point income increased by 20, or we can let him go to his death and we get Relics of the Blessed one, which is a +3 Holy Disruption Heavy Mace. We're not going to do that one. That one seems pretty not great, but I think the level of reduction feat is pretty good for us, so we're going to do that. Arushale was able to convince the priest that he had interpreted the dream wrong. His mission was to indeed travel to the world wound and fight it, but he read the metaphor of closing the wound too literally. His true purpose is not to bear the burden solely on his shoulders, but to join the crusade and do his part in achieving victory over the demons by, for example, serving as a healer. Underground Avengers. A group of mongrels that has arrived in Dresden is itching for a fight. Lan worries that the belligerent recruits might ignore their orders in battle, lose their head, and then lose their lives. Okay, we can get 30 mongrel sharpshooters, and then all mongrel fighters and sharpshooters gain tough. And tough is +2 saving throws against disease. Alternatively, we can place them in the rear, we get the sharpshooters, and we don't get those special things, the tough things. Or we can put them in the front, we get the mongrel fighters, and they also don't get these things. I think I'm going to take this one. I mean, we get a trait for it, right? The commander offered a prayer that mollified the mongrels and made even the wildest warriors heed their leader's word about the importance of keeping one's head in battle. Cool. We have 1 day left on Pelura Stargazers, and do we have any military things to do? Senior comrades. Oh, right, we don't need to worry about a morale yet. I'm just going to look at these independently. It's easier to see them all, and we have 1 relic on the go right now. Alright, I guess we're just waiting. I guess we would wait 1 day. Let's rest really quickly. See what we get for the Stargazy thingy. And then we should go to Pelura's Fall today. We should do that part of the quest. We have 2 things we can do in Pelura's Fall. We can try and fight that one guy with the sword. He is just brutally powerful, though.
I'm gone.
Man, we have so many negative levels. Alright, whatever. Let's go quickly rest up. And then we'll go to do some other stuff. Some other important things, you know?
Mongrels are strong.
I should probably level up our whole group at some point. Did Ember have a level that I didn't give her? No, okay. I thought for a second that I didn't level her up at one point, which would have been very silly. Did that count as a whole day? I think it did. So let's go see what the enchanting thing does. And then we'll head out. Fort lands of Yath Watches besieged by an enemy. We should probably go deal with that. The calculations of Pelura's Stargazers have been studied. I don't know what that did, if anything. We can do logistics reform or strengthen diplomatic. No, we can't do that. Okay, so we're going to do logistics reform. Every piece of land that the Crusaders seize from demons puts an additional load on the logistics and supply channels, connecting the Crusades troops in order to maintain the state network. Experienced officers are required to implement and implement reforms to logistics. Do it up. Thank you. Let's leave and do our siege. I don't even know where that land is that's under siege. We're gonna have to figure that out. I hope we have an army nearby. Let us roll out. And we'll go to Polaris Falls. Which, actually, I shouldn't have left that screen. We should do that combat now, because we're going to be going to talk to the Herald of Iamade to teleport us back there. We can't walk there. I don't think we can anyways. Alright, we need to go... Campaign. Where is the demon army that's besieging us? There's a demon army there. That's not the one we're worried about, though. Is it this one? Can't be that one. This is it here. Okay. Can we reach it? Not today, but tomorrow we can. Alright, let's go. Should probably also build this place up. I don't think we did. Did we? Oh, we did. Okay. It's got stuff. We got our normal buildings there. Can we hire troops? We can hire troops. We have actually quite a few troops kicking around. Including some mongrel sharpshooters, which are actually pretty good. Plus 14 shortbow. Did they do a lot of damage? Alright, let's hire them up. 50 in there. I'm going to move them south to join the other trash army I have kicking around. I mean, it's not the worst army. It's just not the best army either. Alright, let's go get these. These. No clerics or hell knights at the moment, so we're just going to go down here, drop off the scouts, and we'll start moving the other army down to meet up with our other army, which is way to the south. Somewhere way over here. It's going to take them a hot minute to get there, but at least they will get there one day. We do need more clerics and stuff, but we just don't have any access to them at the moment. Time to leave. Let's go to Polaris Fall. Polaris Falls, maybe? I don't know. Either Polaris Fall or Falls. I think it's Falls, because it's actually a waterfall, I think? Maybe? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not important enough to worry about. Let's go to... I think he's just up on the wall. Because we have 3 quests to do to finish our mythic path for this angel thing. We did one of them already. That's figuring out what was going on with the guy visiting the tree. It's because he faked his own death.
I will be glad.
Ugh, so many negative levels. Okay, that's fine. We have some restoration spells, I think, kicking around. We're going to super buff up our group, and I honestly don't know how we're going to do this fight. Because he charges our weakest players, and they die. And we did die earlier, so... well, he didn't technically die, but some of our group members died, and so we're going to redo this part, but I know what to do this time slightly better. We need to come over here and grab a doll that's lying on the ground for Ranhild's Day. There's one fight coming up. We're going to keep most of our group back. We're only going to send in our main character, and we're going to give her Death Ward. And that's going to be just how we're going to deal with the situation. Death Ward. And we can give her, like, mage armor. And blur, even though I don't think she'll need it. She can give herself some bark skin. And that's really all she should need. We'll also give her haste, just in case, and then that'll be it. Okay, we're going to turn off turn-based mode, and we're going to go straight into here. There's a fight coming up with all of you. Actually, really just everyone, not you.
I'm always ready.
Everyone come up here.
We should move. This will be
There we go. That's the one I wanted. Nope, don't do that. All of you, especially Ember, just stay back here. So the first thing we're fighting is a skeletal champion berserker. which we should have no problem killing. We really only need to keep Nenia back now at this point. If you watch on the side, you can see her massacring this berserker. But that's not the hard part of the fight. This fight is easy. This is the tougher part. There's a bunch of ravenous greater shadows. And they have ranged attacks, which should never be able to hit us, but they do a lot of strength and ability drains. And last time we fought them, a bunch of them swarmed Ember and she got turned into paste. Literally, because they just ability drained her to death. She ended up with like, I think, I tried to move her away from combat, and she ended up with like negative 13 strength because of all the AOs that hit her. It was very funny, but also bad. Damn it, Ember, you are the worst character to try and keep in one place. And just keep her up here with the grave. Another shadow is dead. We're just going to wait for combat to end. So if we quickly take a glance, there's just a bunch of greater shadows down here. That's all we're fighting. And it's not too hard, because they can't really hit us. And even if they do, we have Death Ward to get rid of all of the negative traits that they give. So that doesn't really matter. Ember is the most annoying character. I might switch out Ember at some point, even though I love Ember. Don't get me wrong. Ember is one of my favorite characters in the game. It's the fact that you can't like tell her what to do, and she just runs into battle no matter what. It's very annoying. Is that combat over? Okay, cool. Yeah, so I don't know why this is a new encounter. We've already done this encounter to the... I think we've done it previously, but I guess not. I don't know. It's hard to gauge. Obviously we haven't, because... I mean, we've definitely done an encounter, because we killed this guy earlier, this berserker over here. So, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. Now we have to deal with the, you know, the guy. The hardest fight that I've encountered so far. We might... I think we can still maybe just use our main character to do it.
It's time
She's
to
level
act.
12 now, which should give her a little more oomph. Her to hit is so low. Why is it so low right now? Does she not... It's because we don't have Bless or any of these things on yet. The alternative is we can summon, like, so many things.
We'll make things right.
To try and, like, buy us time, basically. In this fight. I mean, with Guardian Hearth and all the things, maybe we can do this. Also, we need to get rid of some of these negative levels. That one's those are both permanent.
Weapons,
Death Ward lasts for a bunch of minutes. Let's start to
so diverse these
buff
days.
up, I guess.
A shame one life is not enough to master them all.
I just don't think we're going to be able to do it, but we might. We're level 12 now, so that might help a little bit. It's just such a rough fight.
Together, we stand.
Veil of Heaven is good.
I will help
I'll
where
take
I
care
can.
of it.
Land can cast Bless.
Please,
We
allow
need
me.
Hurricane Bow. We need that. Sorry, that. Why are you not doing it? There we
I'm
go.
never wrong.
We got Bless on. We don't need Blessing of Luck and Resolve. Blessing of Courage and Life. So we'll try both ways. We'll try first with our main character being the sole fighter here. Give her a bit of luck. Or a bit of fun, sorry. She's at plus 20 to hit, which is not enough to hit. We need more. So, give her Cat's Grace. Give her Owl's Wisdom.
Please allow me to keep my lovely, irresistibly beautiful wings.
Give her Greater Heroism. She's now up to plus 24 to hit. She's at 42 armor class. That's not including bonuses from Crane Style, fight defensively, all that stuff. It's possible we can do this now. Maybe. Plus 24 to hit. What can we get rid of for things, though? We have Crane Style. What do we have on other than Crane Style? So we have Piranha Strike, which gives us a bunch of damage. We turn off Piranha Strike. Our damage goes down to 15 to 25, but we have plus 28 to hit. That might be a little more better. Defensive Spin. Should be fine. Angelic Halo is good. That doesn't matter. What else do we have that we can throw on? We can throw on Sword of Heaven. technically, I think that works. How long does it last for? I guess just 2 times, I guess. Weirdly. Oh, that's fine. What else do we have? Any
A
other
bright
buffs that we can
future
throw on this
awaits us.
character? Aura of Greater Courage won't matter. None of this will matter in this particular
Ready
attempt.
to move out.
We already have Blur, we can get Displacement,
Nam, air, orma.
and Greater Invisibility.
Nam, air, orma.
One with the shadows.
And, yeah, I think that's going to be pretty
This
well
war
all we
must
can
end.
do at the moment. Heroism and Greater Heroism I don't stack, I'm pretty sure.
I'm all ears.
I'm like 99% sure on that. We can get Burst of Glory, though. Alright, Burst of Glory, and then we're going to let her go in. We'll get Haste.
Anything new?
Let's see what happens here.
My
It's gonna be very
skills are
interesting.
absolute.
See if we can win. It's this sword here, so we're actually standing basically on where we want to be. Alright, let's save. All of you are going over there,
I'll take care of it.
and you are going to deal with this encounter. I'm going to wait for them all to go away. We're obviously not going to let this guy fight because he'll get murdered in like 3 seconds. Stop! Ragnar is breathing heavily, and his face is red with exertion. He's holding a 2-handed sword, but the weapon is obviously too heavy for him. The tip of the sword wavers as he holds the blade in his trembling hands. Wait, I have to kill him myself. Ragnar takes up a fighting stance, but he's clearly had no training. He shifts his weight uncertainly, and his knees are shaking. So you're responsible for this? Well, I had a hunch he might rise again. Usually after death, the undead simply decompose. But I was told this corpse is just lying here like nothing happened. So I decided to try and fight him. I followed you, and well, here I am. Stay back is too dangerous. You sound like our guards. Fine, whatever you say. Ragnar lowers his swords and looks bitterly disappointed. He will get 100% murdered. We are going to get 100% murdered, and we are vastly more powerful than
my
him.
abilities.
And unfortunately, we can't really watch the fight too much because Ember will come in and die. We'll try and move her up here, though. That way we can watch the beginning of the fight, see what happens. We hit him for 10. We hit him for some. He has got so much light. We're hitting him. This is off to a good start, kind of. Ember? Nope. If we can win, I'll be very happy. If we get hit a couple times, we're definitely going to die, though. How's his life total doing? We've actually got him down to half life. This is going okay. You stay back. Come on. If we can kill him, we're golden. We can finish both the quests and finish our mythic thing today. Yes. Come on. A couple more hits probably and we're good. We got hit pretty hard. But he is very nearly dead. We won? Oh, we won. Nice. Okay. I'm just actually surprised we won. We got Rage of Ice. We got a Funerary Dagger of whatever. We got Full Plate +3. Belt of Mighty Constitution +4. Amulet of Natural Armor +3. Ring of Protection +3. Cloak of Resistance +3. We successfully won. Wasn't actually expecting to win, to be completely honest with you. Let's go talk to what's his face. We have to talk to 2 people, actually. 1 person for the doll, 1 person for that fight. We did win. That was wonderful, actually. Pretty thrilled with the way that happened.
Follow if you dare.
Just a level ago, we got turned into paste by that guy, but now we're golden. Hello, Star. All the random celestial creatures in here, including the hand of the inheritor. Alright, where's that guy? I think Auden's the first guy we talked to. Auden is muttering quietly to himself. The tablecloth needs mending. Oh, it's you again. I found Randhild's doll. Your family tried to make it to Polaris Temple, but for a while, Auden is silent. He stares down at his hands, but why? His voice is dull and lifeless. Why did they come here? They were so close, and we were hiding behind the walls the whole time, not even daring to breathe. We didn't help them. Auden looks up, his face deadly calm. Well, that settles it. If I had been where I was supposed to be, with my family, I'd be lying in a grave now, and I should not be alive. No, Auden, you survived for a reason. You need to live. Your knowledge of the stars will help us close the wound. Your family will be avenged, and so will Sarkoris, but only if we stay alive. Only if we fight. Don't leave us, Auden. Keep on fighting. A sudden resolve fills Auden's eyes, and he squares his shoulders. You're right. If not us, then who? Who will show these monsters they can't get away with attacking our families, our children? I'll do everything in my power as a Stargazer to help you, but first, I'll get the bottle of wine I've been hiding away for a special occasion and call everyone together to mark a day of remembrance. We've gazed at the stars for so long, afraid to look back at those we left behind. We have started to forget why we are fighting. I've made a decision. On the day of remembrance, we will drink and reminisce about all we've been through. We'll cry, we'll laugh, because after everything, we're still alive, right? Yes, we're alive and we will fight. Thank you, Commander. Make sure you don't forget the people you are fighting for. Just gonna pause for 1 second. Alrighty, let's go talk to Regnard. Regnard nods at you. Has your road of adventures brought you back to me? Here's the sword you asked me to bring to you. Regnard doesn't even look at the sword. He stares off dully into the distance. It's just a thing, another toy. These swords will never see battle. They are as useless as I am. You know what? I don't really care about the sword or about the history of Sarkoris. It's gone. It was razed to the ground. The dead chieftains have risen up to fight against their own people. The Stargazers who once advised them are now holed up in caves like rats, afraid to set foot outside. I want to fight. No one's ever taught me, but I'm a Kelid, and every Kelid is a warrior. The guards refused to let me outside. I'd hoped that I could go out with you and fight the enemy, but after watching you in battle, I realized I wouldn't stand a chance. I'm not a real warrior. Looks like I'll be slaving over constellation charts forever. The Stargazer gives a mirthless chuckle. Thank you for talking me out of fighting. The walking undead would tear me apart in no time. You could ask Katar to let you join the guard. You don't think I've asked? I'm under strict orders not to put myself in danger. Eliandra says I'm one of the most gifted Stargazers, and my talent is needed here. And Katar? Regnard snorts contemptuously. He always says I'm too young, and that's just it. The curse of this place. We don't get old. We don't get sick, and we don't change. It's always the same conversations and jokes, the same arguments, the same food, and the same schedule. Those who arrived here when they were old are still old, and those who came here when they were young are still young. A guard can't become a Stargazer, even if he studies hard and shows tremendous talent. Likewise, a Stargazer can't become a guard no matter how much he wants to wield a weapon. Everything must remain as it was on the first day of our imprisonment, and that's the way things are. Everything is always the same. Regnard shakes his head sadly. Our bodies are healthy, but our souls are dying. My soul is dying. Training at night is the only thing that keeps me going. And I've been trying to master the techniques used by the guards when they fight, but I'm not very good. Not that anything will come of it, of course. It's all useless. Nothing ever changes in this damn place. I'll speak with Katar. I don't think he'll be indifferent to your suffering. There's no point. Katar is just like the rest of us. He doesn't change. To go. Must be nice to have somewhere to go. I'll talk to Katar anyways and see if we can solve that little problem for him. Where is Katar? He's over here somewhere. Eliandra? Monadic Diva? If I were a Katar, would have actually maybe on the map. It is not. Okay.
I'm gone.
Katar, where are you? You're definitely not down here with the guards. Okay. Maybe you're in the armory. Just gotta figure out where you be. That's Vigdis and some other random people. I thought he was in the main room.
We do it my way.
He really isn't though. Okay, let's try this room. There he is. Katar's gaze is clear and direct as he greets you. I'm listening. I want to discuss Regnard the Stargazer. Katar chuckles grimly. Whenever I hear the name Regnard, I expect another tearful plea to let him enlist. Is that why you're here? He's suffering. He has the soul of a warrior, and he'll waste away if he cannot follow the path his heart desires. Katar hesitates, though he tries to remain stern. You get the feeling it's mostly for show. I agree, he says at last. To give the boy a chance, he may join as a new recruit and begin his training. Eliandra will probably not be happy to have allowed one of our Stargazers to be distracted from stargazing, but she's too soft to object. It's settled then. I won't let Regnard leave these walls until he proves himself ready. The call of one's heart is a serious matter, but such calls often fade after daily drills and a few painful blisters. Thank you, I have to go. Let's go tell Regnard he can join the army, and then I guess that'll be it for this video. In the next video, we will do the ritual and hopefully unlock more angel power thingies, which should be good. Regnard. I spoke with Katar. He's ready to take you on as a new recruit. Really? But how'd you convince him? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Regnard can barely contain his excitement. Alright, I have to focus. Can't let you and Katar down. I'll start training immediately. Thank you. You've given me a second chance at life, and I'll never forget it. There we go. He's probably going to die in a horrible battle somewhere, but at least he'll be happier, I suppose. And that's where we're going to end off. In the next video, we'll talk to Eliandra. We've done the 3 side quests that she wanted us to do. and then we can now do the ritual and see what happens with our new angel powers. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.